Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So, exciting day.
Yes.
We have a brand new golf ball to test. The benchmark, there's a new benchmark in town.
Yep.
Titleist were really kind and they actually reached out to us to have a call prior to us filming this session.
That's right. Yep.
Just so that, you know, they could share some of the sort of innovation that has went into this golf ball.
So the core is the biggest change, am I correct in saying that?
Everything.
Everything about it
Everything.
Yep.
Cover, core, new casing between core and cover. There's a new dimple design, all things that we'll get into over the course of the video as to why and what reasons there are. But really everything has been rethought and redesigned here. They have velocities and tour soft and tour speed, and they have lots of other golf balls, but
Yes.
those other golf balls are designed to cater to a price point.
Yeah, it's a budget decision at that point.
It
They
is.
made it pretty clear that if you want the best performance, doesn't matter how good or terrible you feel you are at golf, you will pick one of those four. They are the highest price category for a reason, obviously the construction.
Yep.
It is interesting, some of the charts. I think if I had to pick something that I think was the best takeaway, they had that chart, they had that little 9-hole test.
Yeah,
It was
at
like
the
a par
Cradle
3
at
course or
Pinehurst,
something.
at Pinehurst, yep.
And the higher your handicap, the more strokes
Yeah.
you wasted by playing a non-premium ball.
So the 0 to 4 category gained half a stroke over the course of
So they played
that 9
worse
holes.
by half a stroke with
Yep.
a non-premium ball.
The next category, I think it was something like 5 to 8, was worse by
It's like a stroke.
a stroke.
Yeah.
But it was actually the higher handicap range that was 4 strokes worse by playing a non-premium golf ball, by playing a budget golf ball.
Which is crazy because it's the complete opposite of what people think. They
Exactly.
say, the worse I am, who cares what ball I play? I'm not good enough to tell
Yeah.
the difference. Their data from Titleist is saying the opposite. The worse you are at golf, technically, the more the premium golf ball matters. The better you are, technically, you could get less benefit.
There's some significant reasons why you guys should be watching this video thinking, okay, I need to make a better decision this year for me when it comes to the golf ball that I select to play. It could be the major variable that influences my game. We've spoke about it a lot in the last year or so, how we feel that in the fitting environment, the golf ball is the most important factor in the fitting
it can
environment.
change the variables the most.
By the most,
Yeah.
yep. It moves the needle around, whether it's launch, spin, or speed. It can really be the catalyst to driving performance to make it the best that it can be. So we're going to test these new golf balls. Really the messaging around them, Matty, softer cover,
Okay.
softer core, a little bit of a improvement on the green side spin.
Yeah, which I'm happy to hear.
Yep.
I technically was playing the ProV1, which supposedly was a little bit lower spin.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it to be, but I would be happy to see it spin more on the wedges. Why not?
2 completely redesigned covers, what Titleist would call the aerodynamics package. ProV1, 344 dimples, ProV1X, 388 dimples. Titleist have designed these new covers to be more aerodynamic. The part of the test that really kind of somewhat frustrates us that we can't test enough in here.
Interesting. And that's a good point for the X's. I want to spin the ball more, but I don't want to be a worse wind player. So
Correct.
the aerodynamics should balance that out.
That's exactly right. And that's something, you know, you hear amongst other companies out there that certain golf balls are better wind balls and things like that. So, you know, Titleist are definitely pushing the boundaries of that.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll do kind of our usual
Do some
short
sand
wedge
wedges.
start.
Yeah. We're going to make a couple of little changes to the test today. We have been adding in the partial shot from 50 yards. Very much what this new cover is designed to enhance. We're going to add in a putting.
Yeah, I think
today.
it's a big deal. It's a huge feel difference I noticed from playing a firmer ball early in the year to the soft ball. The putting feel was way better. I liked it better.
And we certainly preach that. Titleist preaches that. And really anyone who's serious about ball fitting preaches that the ball fitting starts on the green and moves back to the tee in increments. Beautiful. Oh boy. Very nice. So yeah, a decent difference.
So somewhere between 0.3 to 0.5 of impact. So impact ratio meaning the same stroke, I am going to hit the ball further with my putter with ProV1X.
Yep.
The speed's going to come up, even potentially with these two balls. Maybe not on like a 3-footer, let's be honest. Your feel will be a factor there. And I felt like I putt better with the softer ball last year. Once I switched from a firm ball to a soft one, I felt like I putted better. So the feel difference is definitely there.
Yeah.
You will definitely feel Pro V1 being a lot softer, and be aware that Pro V1X literally goes a bit further on the green with the same stroke.
Got a chance. Very nice. Beauty. It's such a nice flight.
Ball feels better. Doesn't feel as firm this year. Ooh. Like.
That's nice. Really good there. You certainly wouldn't be unhappy with it if it was an in-game ball flight, that's for sure.
It's perfect.
All right, Matty, let's start with these little partial shots. Nothing really going on there.
They are identical.
Very little difference, if anything at all. I would say when it comes to how close those numbers are, they're just identical.
Yep.
And you're just going to pick off of preference on feel.
Yeah, Pro V1 is still softer on a wedge.
Yeah,
not shocking.
Quite
I think
a bit.
they've softened up their Pro V1X a bit though. Pro V1X actually felt a lot closer to a feel that I like. So spin numbers, you're not going to choose between them anymore, which is good. No trade-off.
Really similar, yeah, no trade-off at all. Full sand wedge. Yeah, a little bit of a difference, not in the launch window, but the spin window of 300 RPMs more spin with VX. So velocity was a touch higher, launch was identical, and then the spin obviously create a little steeper angle descent in there. So if you are looking to access some of those smaller portions, maybe you're playing some small firm greens, something to think of with the angle of descent with that golf ball there. This was pretty cool to see the spike in spin. There was a couple you actually, you turned one over with the V1X.
Yeah, I think the X should actually sit a bit higher in total flight. I would just blame myself. I probably pulled one a little bit low.
Yeah, that brought the launch down.
But I think the launch should be about the same as the other one on a robot strike, and then the extra spin and speed should have that flying higher. And that's the second club. It's actually gone a little bit farther just from the speed, but it's got more control.
Yeah.
I liked the flight of the X there. I was not expecting to, but I prefer the flight of the X on that.
And then in the big stick,
The big stick.
hard to really see anything in it.
No, same deal. I turned one over slightly, but the flights are the same. They've done what we were hoping they did, is bookend. Same off the partial wedge and driver, and everything in between is subtly different.
Yeah.
Just a bit more spin on the X and a bit firmer feel. They've achieved it. You wouldn't tell them apart in flight.
Be very difficult. Yeah, it'd be very, very difficult. I think you could maybe subconsciously feel like they're doing different things based on the acoustics,
Yes.
the sound, and obviously the subsequent feel. But reality is, if you had a launch monitor down, you wouldn't see much going on.
Wouldn't see much at all.
So really, wedges, mid-irons, that's where the biggest differences are here.
Definitely, yeah. Wedges and mid-irons. I would say anywhere from the full swing sandwich. Probably you'd notice it probably up until you get past the hybrid, maybe off the 3-wood they would start to fly the same, but the mid part of the bag has got more spin.
And more to come from from our
Lots.
aerodynamic testing.
Lots outside once we get out there.
Yeah.
I think that's the other part of the story. They seem like they've done all the dry ball changes and adjustments that people were looking for. Now the question is, do the aerodynamics stack up?
I would love us to do somewhere like a range like Orange County National, a 360-degree donut where we could go, okay, let's go downwind.
Yeah, pick the wind.
Let's do that. Let's go crosswinds. And we would want to do some of those experiments. And there's no question our radar would be better for us to do that. A TrackMan device or something would be phenomenal for us to actually track those ball flights with wind effect in them.
Coming soon, hopefully.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's the 2021 version of the ProV and ProV1X. I think they're still the leaders in the marketplace. I think that's fair to say. They do an incredible job. Just keep pushing the boundaries on that. I heard a great quote on a podcast earlier this week. It's very easy to make a single golf ball well. It's very hard to make a million of them well.
I agree. Yeah.
And I think that sums up the ProV1, the Titleist family when it comes to golf ball innovation and quality control. That is what sums this up, and that's what separates ProV1 and ProV1X.
When you go and buy these, I would have no hesitation in wondering if they're going to perform the same as this test.
Yeah.
I think you can be pretty confident that they will.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. More 2021 ball testing coming. We will see you again soon.